everyone, welcome to the island of adventurous white people. Today we're looking at what would be the beginning of some cars we love to enjoy today. A British car that revolutionized performance cars for McLaren forever. This is the story of the McLaren M6GT. To understand the M6GT, you have to rewind back to 1967. Back then, McLaren wasn't yet a household name in road cars. It was a racing team. And in the brutal, unrestricted world of Can-Am racing, the McLaren M6A was king of the hill. The M6A was fast, relentlessly fast. It was light, agile, and powered by big American muscle, an aluminum Corvette V8. It obliterated the competition in the '67 Can-Am season and earned McLaren its first ever championship title. But for Bruce McLaren, it wasn't the finish line. It was just the beginning. Bruce had a vision that extended far beyond checkered flags. He didn't just want to build race cars. He wanted to create a street car that could bring the performance of a race machine to the public, not just for millionaires and collectors, but for enthusiasts, for people like himself. That vision became the McLaren M6GT. The M6GT was more than just a modified race car. It was a showcase of advanced engineering. The chassis was an aluminum monocoque, which made it both rigid and feather light. Draped over it was a flowing fiberglass body that was impossibly low and sleek. At just around 820 kilograms, or 1,800 pounds, it weighed less than a modern Mazda MX-5. And then you had the power, a 5-liter Chevy small block V8 tucked in the back, making close to 400 horsepower. It was mated to a 5-speed Hewland transaxle, the same type of gearbox used in racing cars. With that power to weight ratio, the M6GT could hit 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, blisteringly fast, even by today's standards. In 1969, it was completely unheard of. But this wasn't a concept car destined to live in a museum. Bruce actually drove it. He had one converted for the road, complete with headlights, indicators, a horn, and a license plate. He would take it through city streets, through London traffic, turning heads and blowing minds. But the story takes a tragic turn. On June 2, 1970, Bruce McLaren was killed during testing of the M8D Can-Am car at Goodwood. His death shook the racing world, but it also halted his ambitious plans for the M6GT. Without Bruce's leadership, McLaren no longer had the drive or direction to continue its road car project. The M6GT program was shelved. Only 2 or 3 prototypes were ever fully completed. Decades later, that idea would bloom into the McLaren F1, widely considered the greatest supercar of all time. And from there, the P1, the 720S, the Artura, the 750S. Every McLaren road car you see today traces its DNA back to the M6GT. Think about this. The Lamborghini Miura is often credited as the world's first true supercar. The Ferrari Daytona gets tons of praise for being a turning point in Ferrari's road car lineup, but Bruce McLaren was already ahead of both, dreaming of a mid-engine, lightweight, V8-powered street machine before the term supercar even existed. It wasn't just ahead of its time, it was the future. And in every McLaren that rolls off the production line today, in every launch control sprint, and every carbon fiber Monique, a piece of the M6GT lives on.